So what are we doing then, baby?
I don't know, dear. We're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to start.
You wanted to start a
yeah,
podcast.
You've got to start it, though, because I don't know how to start
this. This is officially started.
This is the start.
Hi. So you watch... No, you don't watch no podcast while you're driving because that's extremely dangerous. You... calling ourselves Life's Kaleidoscope as a result of ingenuity and checking...
We're just geniuses.
Just geniuses. It definitely wasn't AI generated.
Just geniuses.
And
no, I think it's more, for me, it was more like living in the family that we live in, and there is nothing out there that makes you feel like you're not on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like, you live with so much different shit, but you couldn't just, like, I don't feel like you could just go online and be like, oh my God, my husband's a prick. And someone reply,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
But why is he a prick?
He's just a prick. He woke up.
He inhaled for the first time this morning.
Up.
He
like,
wouldn't...
simple. He woke up. But I feel like sometimes, especially when you live, I suppose, like with... I haven't just got one neurodiverse person in my house. I'm literally the only non-neurodiverse person in my house.
Middle child. It's on the...
Definitely neurodiverse. Babe.
Neurodiverse people don't wake up at 6:30 in the morning and play video games with their friends and go to bed at 10 o'clock. That's like a semi-normal thing. That'd be like going to work, wouldn't it?
The school have just referred him for assessments.
What for?
Being neurodiverse.
How?
He has APD. His brain does not work in
and for those
the
out
normal
there listening
way.
to this, APD means APD.
Auditory processing disorder.
Right.
So
you need to squeeze over here.
I can't move.
You can. Put your legs down.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, I think it's more like having someone say to you, or not even having someone say to you, just knowing that you're not on your own, because it's a very lonely place to be sometimes.
It is.
Because nobody else in the house understands, because everybody's brain works in a very different way.
Oh, excuse me. Recording this at 10 o'clock at night. I'm quite...
Lazy.
I'm going to punch this bitch in the face.
No, you do it once.
Yeah, I know. That's all
I'll
I
be
need.
fucking posting on Facebook. My husband's a prick.
insulted me now.
My husband's a prick.
No one understands neurodiverse people unless they've been around neurodiverse people.
I don't even think it's, like I said, I don't even think it's about understanding neurodiverse, because neurodiverse people are so individual. I think it's really hard to actually understand them.
Yeah.
You can't walk into a room of 10 neurodiverse people and they're all the same. They're not. They're all so very different. But I think for the people who don't have them problems and are living with that, I think sometimes the way they feel is very much the same. Like, you wake up on a Monday, you want to kill someone because you've just spent the weekend arguing with everybody about 50 different things. That really...
In which the only person that remembers that conversation is the person who isn't neurodiverse.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, for context, I've got literally this Monday coming, which will be the 11th.
Yeah.
I've got a conversation with a doctor specialising in ADHD. And there's a good chance I've had it forever. And it wasn't. I didn't notice it.
No, you would have had it forever. You don't go to sleep and wake up with it.
So this is my understanding. My life is normal to me.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying you're not. And I'm not saying that your life is not.
And I realised it wasn't normal when everything that my eldest son was doing, upon reflection, I do literally the same stuff.
And you were struggling.
I struggled 2 years ago, broke down in front of a doctor. Then you broke down next to me.
Because I'd had enough. And that sounds like really horrible, and sometimes it can make you feel like you're not caring. But I was exhausted.
You still are exhausted.
With having to try and make sure you were okay and everything was how you wanted it, but then ensuring that it was okay for everybody else in the house. Like, I can't get up in the morning and have one routine. There's 5 of us in this house. I have 5 routines every day. Every single day I have to make sure I do something different for each of you. It's not like you get up in the morning, you do whatever it is that you need to do, you brush your teeth, you have a piss, you go to work. I have to get up and do 5 different routines, but at the same time. And then I go to work, I come home from work, and I do 5 routines again at the same time.
That's why work for you is actually a break.
A break. I love going to work. Work is blissful.
Because you've got one thing to do.
Yeah. Well, I have a million things to do, but it's all on the same line.
Yeah.
Like,
it's one... Oh, God, apologise again.
I'm going to punch him next time he yawns. Right in the throat.
Please don't. You won't be able to get close enough. Our knees are rubbing.
My arms are long. You won't be able to do
I'll recline in my special chair. I'll recline out of danger. There you go. Yeah. Life's not easy. It's easy at times, you know, sometimes things just work. Sometimes things just feel like the stars are aligning, everything's going well, especially on payday. Payday, or something that, for me personally, like a brand new purchase, for example, I'll be on like cloud 9.
Yeah, for a couple of hours.
No, until it realise it's not working or something. Or if it's working and I've been told to step away from it.
That would be my fault, that it doesn't work.
I'm at my normalist when I'm in a game.
Because
I feel everything's... I hope that was picked up by the microphone. This dog, man. Could you hear him?
I don't know.
He's choking on his tongue or something. But yeah, where was I? Being in the game. It's just absolutely normal. The second I step away from the game, whether it's to go for a piss, eat, talk to someone else, like, fucking talking. No, joking. I'm not joking.
No, you're not joking.
Just brings me back to how I am. All right, he's just interrupting our podcast. It's like, what's going on? This dog. Please stop. Oh, you've ruined it. Stop. I need to yawn. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm tired. I need to go get a drink, actually. I'll edit this out.
Shh.
Well, maybe I won't. No, the second you want him to make a noise, it stops. I'm going to pop and get a drink. I'll be back in a minute. If the dog goes whoop, whoop, there we go. If he goes whoop while I'm gone, the edits will be there.
Oh, have you woke up? Hello. Hello, my little boobies. Come sit up here. Look, here. Up. Theo, come on, up. Sit. Oh. Oh, yes. He's a good boy. Right down, get him.
This is bad. This podcast is brought to you by 7-Up.
But yeah, so
before the dog rudely started making noises.
It was you. I need a drink. As you were fucking yawning.
I wasn't sleeping as I was going to get a drink. Excuse me.
But yeah, that was why I wanted to do one.
Yeah.
Suppose.
So this podcast is going to... Didn't I say this at the beginning?
I don't know.
It's going to be about...
Life.
Like, our life...
I suppose it predominantly will be.
Yeah, predominantly our life. Like, probably 80% will be about our lives and what's been going on. Progressions, the opposite of progression.
Unprogression.
Unprogression. Negative progression.
I think as well, like, my ultimate goal is, as time goes on, is to have people sort of comment and we talk about that, or if they have any questions, like, obviously
see if we can share.
Yeah, we've been together a long time, we've been married for a long time, we've been through a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
Yeah, thankfully more ups than downs, but the downs haven't been great.
The downs have been big ones.
Downs have been huge downs.
Like, I heard something the other day. I got dog hair in my mouth.
Yeah, I have your hair in my mouth every night, so
I was watching Talk of the Tick, as you do. And I heard something the other day, and I was like, it's so true. Like,
son, you're making so much noise.
You need to go lay down, please. Go on. Like, when a woman says they're done,
Go back to sleep.
They've tried everything. Like, and I think we've got to a point where, twice in our marriage, we've got to that point where I have been done. Like, I can't do it anymore. It's so exhausting that...
And what you mean by done is separations.
Yeah, like, we've done that twice.
And this is before any kind of diagnosis or even the remote thought of a neurodivergency going on.
Because if it was even mentioned to you that, like, maybe there was something there, you got so defensive about it. Like, you weren't having it. I
being defensive about it.
You weren't having it.
But again, I don't remember most of the stuff. Like, you know, I have to have these epiphanies myself.
Absolutely.
I can't be told.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like earlier today when you told me I was wrong about something and we realised you were wrong, and I went, are you going to apologise now? And you went, no, because you've just told me to.
Yeah, you just told me, no, I'm not apologising.
Like, and I still haven't had an apology.
Right, well, you might get one by this podcast if you don't keep asking for one.
But it absolutely is so fucking hard. So hard to not smash your face. No,
to not beat the fucking shit. Are you? Now, yeah, by the way, this probably won't be family friendly because I don't want to edit out all the F words.
Yeah.
So if you're under the age of 18, don't tell your parents. If you're
if you're over the age of 18, still don't tell your parents.
Yeah, don't tell your parents. No, it's all good.
I think it's about being real. Like, I'm not going to censor myself because that would not be me being real.
Yeah. Being real is going to be the easiest thing to be.
Yeah. For sure.
So should we get on to topic one? Are we going to pick my one first or your one first?
Okay, yes. You...
Would you want rock, paper, scissors? This is dirt. Go for it.
You win.
So,
Come on.
You win, so...
No, you win.
Oh, I won, so I get to go first?
Yes.
Alright, so I don't get to choose. I just get to go first.
Yes.
Right, so misunderstood humans. I don't
do that again.
I don't think anyone... I was going to try and like make something appear, but I'm probably not going to... I'm probably not going to...
because he'll procrastinate on it for too long and then it'll become boring and he'll move on to something else.
So, for fellow neurodivergents.
It's not even neurodivergence, let's not say that.
They'll understand it the most.
No, because I think a lot of people feel like they're misunderstood.
True.
Right, so let's not categorise that one. I think it is just misunderstood people.
I'll have to go with my experiences.
Absolutely.
And then you can chime in with yours as and when. If you have
or
any.
Just if you're wrong.
No, I won't be wrong.
You will be wrong.
Never wrong.
You're always wrong.
It's always correct. So multiple different jobs. Going back from, I don't know, the best part of a decade. Like, the tendencies I've learned to understand haven't been necessarily normal for the neurotypical person.
No, just anybody.
No, because this is my experience. So for me personally, I do some stuff. My background story in terms of like how I speak to people is I'm referred to at home as Captain Context. I can't say, you know, if someone was to ask me, like, you know, can you go and...
How to make a slice of toast, it'd tell you where the wheat come from first. And then how it was ground and made into flour, then to bread.
Yeah.
Then how the toaster was made, where the fucking components come from.
Yeah.
And we'd never actually get how to make toast because he never gets to the point.
I look into the eyes...
Like now.
I look into the eyes of people... And they're
as their souls slip away.
Watching them die inside as I'm trying to get my point across. I'm trying my absolute best to make sure that the person I'm speaking to knows exactly what I'm fucking talking about. But they already do. can't help myself. So I then come across as a bloody weirdo. And I don't do typical thing people do. So, for example, like, I often like daydream, go off into a fucking trance.
Yeah.
And then you got those people who don't do that, and they're cracking on with stuff.
Yeah.
And as they're cracking on with stuff, they look like a model citizen.
And then they look at you, who's like that in the corner.
Whereas I'm looking at either technology or I'm looking at the fucking stars or something like that. And someone goes, "Oh, Mike, would you just go and do this thing?" I'm not lazy. It's just.
Were you looking for me to back you up then?
Yes.
You're not lazy.
I just need a jump start. But
it's not even. You need clear instructions. A clear guideline, like I want you to do this, then this, then this. But no more than 3 tasks at a time, because by the time he gets to task 2, he's forgotten task 3. So anything after 3, we're fucked.
And after
I literally said to him the other day, I was wetting myself, I literally said to him about something in the kitchen, and he was stood in the doorway, and I was like, "Are you going to do that?" And then he started laughing because he'd forgotten what I'd asked him to do. And he hadn't moved. It had been about 30 seconds. I had to then follow him into the kitchen and body double him to ensure he did what we were talking about. I can't even remember what it was that we were talking about.
It was something stupid.
It was something to do with the fridge. I remember that much. But I know I had to follow you into the kitchen and make sure you'd done it.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I think it was within the last 7 days you'd like say, "Oh, can you do this, this, this and this?"
Yeah.
And I weren't paying attention. You probably knew I weren't paying full attention. So by the time you got to the end of
I asked you.
You asked me and I was like, I don't have a clue. I don't know what you're on about. You're speaking to me for the first time.
Yeah. I know nothing. But is that about being... How is that about being misunderstood? I don't think
being
people...
misunderstood, because
I don't think people misunderstand you. I think people get bored. And I love you dearly, and I really do. But when you want... Like, I could ask the question of, like...
But that's just misunderstanding in itself, isn't it? To look at me and go, he's boring. That's not understanding.
No, not you're boring. What you're saying is boring. Because I might say to you, have the kids had a bath? Or have the kids washed? And you'll just spiel off something else about not getting... Like, it's not even related to the kids being washed.
My bath 3 days ago.
Yeah. Like... And I look at you and I think...
Just
answer my fucking question. Yes or no? Have they had a wash? And I don't get an answer. Yeah. I have to ask the kids or ask you again.
Yeah, I'll try and bring it back to the understood. Like with my current job, which we won't go into names and stuff, but because this doesn't matter.
No point.
There's no point. You can get the idea. I'll be asked to do something, and sometimes I won't get the full instructions because unfortunately most people that work there aren't English natively speaking. So I'll go, huh? And then someone will just run off and do it for me, and then I just feel like, well, I could have done it, but I didn't know what I was doing, and now that you've done it, it's put me in a bad light. Like, I don't know. I just feel like neurodiverse people aren't understood as well as they should be.
I don't... See, I get what you're saying, but I don't...
The best way to describe it is we have a different law. We have a different Bible. We have a different, name anything you want. We have a different...
See, I was about to say you have a different way of learning. Like, it's not the same. So, like, someone
it's a different language. It's not even different.
But someone can come into me and say, here's, I don't know, just say, here's 5 apples. I want you to put them in the green basket. And then I want you to take the green basket up the stairs, put it in the 3rd bedroom on the right, come back down, like empty it out, bring the green basket back down and put it on the green spot, and then take the red one upstairs. I would be able to follow that instruction.
Yeah,
you would hear...
Clearly, I feel like I could do it as well.
You would hear green, 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 green,
bedroom,
red.
Sleep.
Yeah. But it's...
Why are you asleep? Because you said bedroom.
Yeah, you said bedroom, but it's there's too many instructions. But I also think, like, the biggest thing, especially in our house, the biggest thing is ensuring so that you're not, I suppose, in a sense, misunderstood. is ensuring that you pay attention. And I think sometimes in workplaces, they don't always make sure they've got your attention. They might talk to you in a passing. Oh, Mike, when you go, and they're walking past you at that time, like, your focus is gone. Because you're either focusing on what you're doing, which you need to physically stop that and pay attention to them, or you're trying to make sense of what the hell the rest of that sentence was because they fucked off.
Yeah, and the other thing is if
the noises.
Say you're my boss, and someone to your left or whatever, right? Me looking, there's like a triangle of people. I'm the one that's being spoken to.
But you're watching him over here.
No, not even that. The person to my boss's side knows what the instruction was. I might not have got the idea completely, but because the guy to his left is nodded and approved, I'm then like, okay, cool. The guy that wanted me to do something is pissed off. The guy next to him thinks I know what I'm doing, and then I'm left in the dark because I don't actually know what I'm doing because the other person's clarified that he understood you.
But you haven't clarified
I haven't clarified nothing. Like, I'm just there like deer in the headlights.
Yeah. But as well, I think you also find it hard sometimes to be like, I've no fucking idea what you're on about. Like, at home, you will 100% do that. Like, if I ask you to do something...
Around comfortable people, I don't know whether this goes for anyone else listening, but I feel like when you're in a comfortable setting, you can speak clearly, you can speak to the point, more so than you could in an environment where you don't know who people are, or you're in a pressure, any kind of pressure, whether it's minor or major, has a huge impact on how my brain works. Yeah. Until I become comfortable. Yeah. So hopefully getting a new job soon. I'm going to have to learn. The stress of learning is going to be tough, but when I get through it, I'm going to understand it. So hopefully that makes sense.
There's no gapped in context.
Yeah. So it's your turn actually now.
I don't want to do my turn.
I think that section...
Well, no, because I think speaking about what you're talking about very much is the same as living with it.
Can we interlock legs a bit better? Oh, that's better.
It's like very much the same. And I think I've already touched on that earlier it's like how hard it is, how challenging. It's not hard. I do it every day. It's a challenge. It's a new challenge every single day when you get up in the morning as to what the fuck your day is going to look like. Yeah.
I can assume that every day that everyone wakes up in a good mood, it becomes fucking easy.
No.
I reckon it is.
No. Yeah, because you live your life. You live your day.
If people are in high spirits, I'm naturally in high spirits. I fucking I absorb it.
But that's what I mean. That's where I mean, like, it's hard. It's challenging because you get up and you see your day and you do your day. Yeah. Regardless of everybody else's day, you do your day. So you get yourself up, you get yourself, whether it be ready for work or ready to chill or whatever it might be, you do that. It doesn't matter about anybody else. The kids get up and do the same, but I have to get up. I have to make sure that you've got lunch for work, you've got enough food for work, or the washing's done, or all of that stuff, and make sure the kids have... I know they're a lot older now, but it's really hard. You still have to monitor that stuff, like reminding. The biggest one, especially for the kids, one of our kids anyway, is reminding them to eat. So throughout my day, I have to ensure that I am reminding them to eat, because otherwise they would never leave their bedroom to eat. So it's never, ever one thing. And where nobody has... I say nobody, it sounds really horrible, but where no one has that thought process of, I'm going to clean up, unless I'm told to clean up, it's then making sure that the washing's done, the cleaning's done, the clothes are put away, the
incoming list of jobs.
But do you know what I mean? Like, nobody else here takes that upon themselves.
No. And then there are days where I'll do all of it. Not often. Granted, don't give me that look. There have been days where I've done every single bloody room.
You will pick something and you will do it to within an inch of its life. I can't deny that. Like, on days where I just want to have a quick zip around just to make it look presentable, you feel the need to pull everything out and scrub the floors and hoover the skirt, like...
And that's what I don't know the name of those people, that ADHD, you got that bloke and the girl with the blue hair on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know their names, unfortunately. I could put it up, but you get the idea. Anyone listening to this hopefully will have seen their videos, and if you haven't, go have a look. But
it becomes very tiring. Like, you always...
It's known as hyperfocus, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the second you get pulled out of hyperfocus, game over.
Yeah, it's like cutting that wire between you and that thing.
It's honestly like there's a huge passing of current, and the second someone speaks to you, there's just like a big axe. It's just gone and bosh that cable in half, and that's it. Game over.
It's game over. Which is why people get so annoyed as well.
It takes me so long. I've done it before. Like we've had days where you've insisted that it's like, everyone's hand on deck. So I get involved, hands on deck. We're all hyper focus. Hyper focus gets broken, but the job isn't finished. So we then have to get back into it, and that's it takes so long to get back to that state. It's hard to force. It's like depressing to force that kind of when it happens. I'm huge on naturally occurring things. So if hyperfocus happened naturally, fucking awesome. When you have to force anything, it just feels so shit. I can't think of another word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard though. It is really hard. And I think as well, another thing that I struggle with is the whole what's that?
What's what? Oh, that's just I knocked my
Oh, okay, cool.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
It's the whole it's your way or no way. That can be really hard to deal with.
Yeah, because in my head, my way is the best way.
Yeah. And nobody can disagree with that.
No, because there is no disagreement.
But obviously that can cause frictions.
Yeah.
Which then I have to end up dealing with.
But what no one sees, besides the person who thinks they're right, is the finished product. If you saw the finished product in the head of the person who's conducting the orchestra...
But the finished product is your finish. It's not everybody else's finish.
It might not be everybody else's finish.
But
my finish is a really good finish.
Yeah. But it's always unrealistic things that you insist on.
And it tends to be we're getting a new couch soon, right?
Yeah.
So when that couch comes in, we're going to have a clean up so it looks nice. Now imagine their couch is here and we've just cleaned up. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what my head thinks about when it's time to to do something, and do it this way, because my head, if you just imagine one of your rooms at home, which has just been fucking spring cleaned by, I don't know, who's that old woman on the telly that moans about cleaning all the time? But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
She goes around and cleans and moans, and then the house literally looks like a showroom.
Yeah.
For the first, just for a day or two until the kids wake up.
So a couple of hours then, yeah?
That's what's in my head.
Yeah. Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm burping. I'm having that.
You can't show that.
I can. I don't give a shit. 7-Up sponsor us for no reason. There we go.
Sponsor me because I want lots of them.
She's referring. She didn't see that on the camera. That was Coke Zero. Oh, because Diet Coke is for weirdos.
Yeah, it is.
We could talk about this. That could be next time. Like our favourite drinks and stuff, and why you take so long to drink everyone. Yeah, tangent over. My head just thinks about how it looked after, the second we claim that we're ready to sit down. Yeah, is where my head is at when it comes to cleaning up. Yeah,
that's great, and my thought process is right. We just got to get this done, and I do have very much, I suppose, issues in the sense of I want it done how I want it done, and that's not a negative thing. For context, this lovely lady opposite me always does the cleaning, so she has a way of doing it because no one else does it. When someone else does it, it isn't the way that she does it. So it's not clean.
So it's not clean. It needs to be her way of clean because that's all she knows.
And it's clean when I've cleaned it.
Yeah. It's clean when I finished it.
No, it's not.
It's not your clean.
No, it's not clean.
It is clean.
It's not clean. It's not clean.
It is clean.
I will
I'm
fight
fucking
you.
in the podcast now. Turn it off. No, joking. But yeah, are we still on this misunderstood humans thing, or have you jumped over the...
No, we're kind of doing this one as well.
So we're misunderstood humans. They're probably finished about 31 minutes and 2 seconds ago. No, living with brain fuzzy people is where we're at now.
It's like I said. It literally is. They tie together because there are some things that I can do at home, and I think, oh, for God's sake! But really, I haven't understood you, or
Yeah.
you haven't understood me.
Because you haven't got any hearing aids.
Oh shit! Why did you have to fucking bring that up?
Because you don't listen.
I do have hearing aids, thank you. I just don't wear them.
You're actually quite lucky.
Yeah, I don't have to
Sometimes
listen to a drill.
ambient noise is a bloody pain in the arse. You can't hear any of it.
Nope. No. Do you remember the day that I put them in and I could hear the pan frying?
Yeah, what's that noise? And it's like, babe, that's what an egg sounds like when it's frying. No way. And then she took them off.
And that was the first and last time I wore them. Because it's too loud with them in.
Yeah.
But no, I do think, like, it's normal to get up in the morning sometimes and just think, already before the day has started, I don't want to do this. I can't do this today.
That's exaggerated by what's happening that day.
No, it could just be you've had a really shit day the day before and you're getting up in the morning and the
Explain to
first...
the listeners what a shit day is.
Oh, it could be anything. Anything that you perceive as crap. So, like, for me, it would be, I've been arguing with the kids, I've struggled to get them to bed, you're being a knob, in my eyes. Like, you're doing something to wind me up.
Whereas I'm actually probably just sat in the corner playing games. I've done nothing wrong.
Which is the problem. He's not helping.
Fuck off.
Just saying.
Yeah, okay.
So,
yeah,
like,
okay.
you've pissed me off.
It's true. Like,
You've pissed me off.
wait. What she's just said there about me not helping out. In the moment, the second you're like, because you're not helping me, I weren't even thinking during that explanation that I was even involved. And that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
I don't have the raw input to just jump up and go and help.
Thing is, you are very much like, tell me if you want me to do something. I don't have the brain capacity 90% of the time to chase 3 kids and my husband's ass.
And an adult kid.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see that I need help. In my head, you can see that I need help. Fucking help. Get off your ass and fucking help me. But you don't. And then when I moan, you're like, but I was just playing a game. That's the problem.
I don't speak like that.
Yes, you do.
I don't. Babe, can I have some help? No! I'm playing a game! I don't say that. I don't talk like that. That's not how I speak.
I was just playing a game.
Yeah, that's better. Thanks.
But yeah, so like a bad night would be like, you're not helping, the kids are being twats. Which kids are twats?
Yeah.
They are...
Let's be honest, people are twats.
Yeah. Yep. But kids can be twats. They're hard work. Nobody wrote a book on how to raise children.
I did. I don't know why.
And then I used it as toilet paper.
I don't know why it's funny. I just thought I'm so fucking funny. Right, carry on. Not the dog. Here we go. Round 2. Dog making some noises.
So I've already... Dog's farted.
Dog's fucking farted. No way.
Oh, you smelly bastard!
Let's have a sniff. No.
And then, so I've already gone to bed in a mood, and you've come to bed and gone, everything all right? And I've gone, yeah, because...
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Sorry.
It's really
We interrupt this
off-putting.
broadcast to bring you the following news announcement. The dog
shit. Come here and smell it.
I can't smell it. I can't
Smell it.
I can't smell it. No, I can't smell it.
But yeah, so like I've gone to bed, you've come to bed and said like everything all right, and obviously I can't be asked to go into it with you because it's stupid o'clock at night.
But I want
and
you to tell me
you
the
would
truth.
literally say, all you have to do is ask. And that really fucks me off. That makes me mad.
You see your skin turning green.
That makes me more mad. And I turn into She-Hulk. Yes.
Shock.
So I'll go yes. I'll fall asleep. So I've gone to sleep on a bad night. Like I've had a shit evening. And then I wake up the next morning and the first thing I can hear is, I don't know, one of our kids being like, Mum, they're doing this, or Mum, they're... And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this today. I don't want to adult. I don't want to parent. I just want to get back in this bed, pull the covers over my head and pretend that today is not happening. And then, because we're going from my point of view, I look to my right, where you lay, sleeping peacefully. Because...
Out cold, because I'm a great sleeper.
Because it's 5 minutes before your alarm and you can't possibly get up before your alarm.
It's 5 minutes before my alarm that I'm going to snooze 3 more times before not getting up anyway.
And then getting up, getting dressed and running out the door for work, which means I've done everything already. I mean, you even commented this morning how busy a morning is.
Yeah. It was just stressful because I had an interview today. And if I didn't have the interview, it would be a bit more relaxed. But still, I mean, regardless... You
tend to leave sort of...
Honestly, like, this is no word of a fucking lie right now, and there's going to be people out there that go, what this fucking bloke is getting away with is unreal. But, but if I have to wake up and then look after all 3 of the kids at once in the morning, I fucking shit myself. Like, I'm lucky that the eldest can... He does all of the things by himself. He just needs constantly speaking to get his ass moving. Our middle eldest, if that's even a fucking term.
Just the middle one.
He's up before everybody else. His Xbox is on and he's playing Rocket League or bloody Rainbow Six at the moment with one of his other school friends. But by the time I go in and see him at about 7:05, he's mostly dressed.
Well, normally he is dressed.
I sometimes come downstairs to boil you a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And the kettle's warm.
Yeah, because he's made himself a cup of tea.
No one else has actually done it. So he's okay. He's the only child out of all of us that can really sort himself out. There are times in the week, he's never had a holy grail of a week where you've literally had to say nothing to him and he's gone to school. Like last week, for example, he came back because he was so slow walking to the bus. The bus wasn't there; it had gone.
He was collecting his girlfriend.
He was collecting his girlfriend. It was very cute, but then you had to drive all 3 of them to school.
That's fine.
It is fine.
But for me, that's fine. But that wouldn't be fine for you because that's a break in the routine.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be mad for me.
Like if I hadn't have been here, you would have not been happy with that situation.
No,
and
I would not have been happy, no.
That would have been a really big issue. Whereas I'm very much like, just get in the car, come on, let's go.
Yeah, and I'd like to be able to be like that. I honestly would.
I very much have an attitude of it is what it is. As much as I've sat here and said like it's stressful and it's hard and sometimes it's very lonely.
But it is what it is because.
But it is what it is.
That's what you've dealt with.
Yeah, like I haven't known it any other way.
You have your own shortcuts to make things easier. So
yeah.
It is what it is. Boom, let's sort it out.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, if you say it is that in my head. Wait, let's finish. So my little girl.
My delightful.
She literally is the first room after my bedroom, and she's the last person I want to speak to.
That sounds well mean.
It does sound really mean, but she's like, not only is she, I would say, heavily neurodiverse.
She's very easily distracted.
Very easily distracted. So she's getting to the point now where she used to be much like the middle eldest. Do you want to bring our kids' names into this or not?
No.
I think I've already done it at the beginning of the podcast.
Okay, well, if you have...
So if you have, then you know one of the names and that's going to stay in. That'll be like for the good viewers. You're all good viewers.
No, I don't want to bring the kids' name in. We'll just call them 1, 2 and 3.
No, because they're not numbers. They Okay, 1. No, I'm not joking. No.
We'll call them...
I feel like it's natural just to say their names.
No, I really don't want to bring this. Not this early. If we do, it'll be something we do much later. Purely because, to start with, it will just be audio. Because I feel like the day and age that we live in now, if our children's friends get a hold of it and stuff like that, like, I don't want this coming back on them. As time goes on, it will be something different. But right now, my priority is to keep the children's names out of it to ensure some form of anonymity. Is that the word?
Anonymousness.
Yeah, because obviously...
Anonymity. There's a Jim Carrey reference there, I swear. Don't worry.
No, I'm not worrying.
Anonymity. Or something. It's a film. He says it. He says that word that you're after.
Probably does. But yeah, I feel like I'd really like, for now, to keep the kids' names out.
Yeah. There's no harm in saying the gender, is there? So.
No.
So our little girl, our oldest boy, and our
middle child.
That should be there. That should be their terms. So we walked past. Well, I walked past my little girl's room. Well, I opened the door, whack the light on, and tell her. Which, by the way, whacking the light on, you know, the big light story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put the big light on. That's like absolute no go. What the fuck are you doing? Stop.
Can I just add to this very quickly that he's only done this once today. Normally, I wake our little girl up.
Usually.
And I don't put the big light on because I know that's a no go. I open the blinds.
Big light's easier.
But if someone big lighted him, he'd be mental.
Oh God, put the covers over me. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, tell her to get up. Then go through. More often than not, it's the toilet straight away, and then we'll go see middle child. At which point, like I said, he's partially dressed, if not completely dressed. Some sort of food inside him, cup of tea, playing his games with his friends, bags.
Not sorted.
Maybe sorted, maybe not. More often than not. Then go and get dressed. Come downstairs. Every time I pass the little girl's room, get out, please. But luckily, she's at the point where she doesn't have to go to school. She hasn't got to leave until 20 to 9.
8:30 we leave.
Oh well, I leave as late as possible.
Yeah.
That's just me. But we had to be at the school today for 20 to 9. I had to be there, so it just seemed a bit more stressful. But yeah, it was just tough. I made her a sandwich and she finished the rest of her lunchbox because I'm heavily into trying to get the kids independent as soon as possible. Which isn't what you do.
Mm-mm. You make the morning sound so easy. Like, just listening to you...
What are you on about? How is that easy?
Because, shall I explain my morning? Like, if it was a normal day, tomorrow morning this is what is going to happen because I am going back to work.
Let's preference what I've just said with, I haven't made any lunch for myself because I'm not currently working at the moment because I'm looking after you. Don't need to look after her anymore because she's fine, but she's just tooth stuff. You would be getting ready to go to work as well, so neither of those two things were happening. I wasn't preparing myself for anything.
No,
at
I
all.
know, but this is what I'm saying. Like,
but on a morning, you're going to rack this off like a fucking machine gun.
Yeah. So on a morning,
this is a normal morning.
Go. So like on a normal morning, the alarm goes off at 6:45, and I do treat myself to an extra 15 minutes. So at 7 o'clock, alarm goes off. I get up, go to the toilet. No, get up, turn the little one's light on, go to the toilet, come back into our bedroom, get dressed, go back out, retell the girl, well, I don't turn her light on, I open her blinds, but turn her light on to me is opening the blinds, tell her to get up, then I come downstairs, turn the kettle on, let the dog out for a wee, have a cigarette, come back in, go back upstairs, check the middle one, come back down, make her lunch, your lunch, my coffee, your coffee, go have another cigarette, make sure the eldest is getting up, then I go and brush my teeth, come back down, make sure the little one's eating her breakfast, brush her hair, put her hair up, make sure she brushes her teeth, then call the eldest to make sure that he's getting out of his bedroom, then call the middle one to make him come down to make sure everything's done. That's about 7:45. He'll leave at 8 o'clock because his friend comes and calls for him, and then I spend the next 10 minutes making sure the eldest is sorted, and then I've made your cup of tea as well, so that you can literally get up and your lunch, so that you can literally get up, come down your cup of tea and leave. It's a busy morning.
It is busy, but when you've done it 100 times,
absolutely,
it just rolls.
It is very easy to do,
but there's no way, like, in the time frame it's taken you to go from not having a morning routine to doing the morning routine you have, would take me way longer.
Yeah, I can get.
And it still wouldn't be the same.
I tend to get it all done in about an hour.
So that's what living with brain fuzzy people is like. I didn't even tell you in my story that I even woke my oldest up.
Yeah.
I open the door, he springs up, get up please, light goes on, door's shut, and that's the last time I see him until he goes to school.
When I wake him up, I turn his light on and put his heating on.
It's mad. So
what's your second
I think
one?
the hobbies and interests one isn't going to be, it won't line up with your other one, which is fuzzy brain diagnosis process between adults and children.
I don't really know how.
I think we've kind of covered it. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's very much.
Should we just wrap that bit up in the sense that the diagnosis for me came as a result of seeing that what I was doing resembled exactly what my eldest.
No, I think what I was
doing.
meaning on this is how different the actual process itself is. So obviously, like for an adult, you go to the doctors, you see a doctor, you fill a form out, that gets sent off. A lot of things for the children is done through the school.
And then you have a very short waiting list of 1 week before you get seen by someone. No, you don't. It's 2 years.
Yeah, the waiting list is very long either way, but it's a lot harder to get the help for an adult than it is for a child.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what I wanted, like, to say is, if you yourselves know that something, if you really feel that something's not right, like, don't give up because it seems like a really long process. You do get there in the end, but yes, it is a lot different for different for children. Although I still don't agree with some of it. Like our middle son has done a dyslexia test at school, and it's come up that he's moderately dyslexic, but you can't have that as a diagnosis through the school. You can't get a diagnosis for dyslexia on the NHS. You have to pay private for that, which I think is like between £200 and £400.
Yeah, the government want our education system to.
Yeah, like how is the education system going to help him? I mean, the school will recognise it, but it just means moving further forward in life, it would be hard because there's no formal diagnosis.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's what that was. I don't really know kind of what I wanted out of it. I don't want people to feel like they're on their own, because I felt like I was on my own for a very long time. And I could honestly say, if it wasn't for 2 very, very, very good friends of mine, I think I'd have been in a
Are they
asylum.
also 1 and 2, or are they the oldest a little older?
One's older than me, one's younger than me.
So the youngest.
But if it wasn't for 2 very, very good friends of mine, I definitely don't know how I would have got through some of the situations that we ourselves have been in. For sure.
And I appreciate them as well.
Oh, absolutely. But I think it's
a very American term, but I like using the word appreciate because it means more than just.
It does.
Like thanks. I think appreciate means more to me than thank you does.
Yeah. But I think it is just knowing you're not on your own, and maybe like just make sure you got someone you can talk to. And I know that's really heavy for like number 1, session 1, whatever you want to fucking call it.
What this?
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Episode 1 pilot. This is called.
Couldn't think of it. Episode 1. But if anything, if one person listens to this, and one person can find one person who will listen to them, I would be happy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to...
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Have someone. Everybody should have someone that they can really, really talk to.
I've heard and seen so many different people and in the neuro space saying, like, you know, the best thing to do is to talk. And at this point, it's sounding to me like a cliche statement, you know.
Yeah.
Make sure you talk to someone. But you can't think like that.
No.
You have to talk to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it sounds like a very simple thing, but speaking to people you don't know, and sometimes even people you do know, is really, really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
I always say, like, it's easy to look okay on the outside.
Yeah, I've done
it's
it for so long.
so hard to be okay on the inside. Like, we all act and do things that we think is appropriate for the situation. If you get somewhere and you think, oh, I've got to put a smile on my face, doesn't matter about how I'm feeling, I put a smile on my face and I just crack on with the day. But it's no... Sounds really bad, but nobody's as important as yourself.
No.
Because unless yourself is
That's
healthy
why they're saying
and good...
always look after number one is...
It means you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't look after my kids unless I look after myself.
Exactly. 100%. And it is hard, especially as a mum. I don't know, I can't speak from a dad's point of view because I'm not a dad, but especially for a mum, it's so hard to put yourself first. Because it takes a long time to realise that if I don't feed myself, I'm not going to be able to feed my children.
Yeah.
If I don't...
You see so many stories of people, like, going without food.
I mean,
because their
100%.
kids...
I know.
I'd have no choice. You know, if there was like one loaf of bread in the house
Absolutely.
and that one loaf of bread would only feed my kids, then they're eating that bloody loaf of bread.
Absolutely. I think, like...
But there comes a point where your energy is so low that you can't provide them with that loaf of bread. Like,
yeah. Like, you have to take a bit of it.
you have to have something.
You have to have something. You have
You need to find your energy from somewhere.
Yeah. You have to definitely... I always say, like, find one thing. One thing for you.
Yeah, so like yours is your nails.
Yeah, I get my nails done every month because that's my 1 hour.
And for me is this microphone. I like it.
It's my thing.
If this comes up, it looks weird. No, but seriously, like...
And
Let's stop talking until I put this back together again because it's going to be loud. Proceed to talk while putting it on. Yeah.
But yeah, find one thing for you. And it doesn't have to be big and it doesn't have to be for a long time. It could be sitting on the toilet reading a book for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Because I know that some people's lives do not allow them to have a couple of hours away or an hour to themselves or stuff like that. But just take 5 minutes to just breathe.
No, I don't particularly like smoking, but you get that, you know, you don't want to smoke around your kids.
No.
So when you go outside and have your cigarette, that's like a break as well.
I think for me as well, it sounds really bad, I know.
I'm going to have to put a counter on this video whenever it goes up.
What goes up?
Well, when this goes out,
Yeah.
I like to think that at some point that people will get to see this video as well. I'll have to put a counter on for the amount of times you said, this sounds bad.
It does, though. It does. Like, my kids know that
we said at the beginning of this, I'm not sure whether you said this on this recording or a previous recording, but you said you want to be real.
No, I do, but I don't
Don't say this sounds bad. Because if you preference something with it sounds bad, people are going to go, oh, let's see how bad it is.
And then I say nothing bad.
And then you say nothing bad. No, just...
My kids know that if I go outside for a cigarette, leave me alone. Leave me alone. So
if I go outside for a cigarette,
come and find you.
Come and find me.
Ask you why.
Dad, you never smoked in your life.
It's the same with the headset, though.
I don't smoke, bro.
It's the same with your headset. When you put your headset on...
And play games.
They leave you alone. Unless I'm not here. I mean, they leave you alone no matter what. Unless I'm not here. They walk past you to find me.
Because I'm the stern one.
because you're very
Daddy,
much...
will you make me some lunch? You telling me you can't butter some bread and put some cheese on it?
No, it's not even that. It started years ago. Daddy, can you make me a drink? Yeah. 2 hours later. Daddy, where's my drink? Shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
Not quite 2 hours later, but...
That makes me feel bad thinking about it. But it has happened. I mean, we can't remember everything. And for me...
But I'm a get up and do. You're a wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm a it'll be all right tomorrow kind of person.
For sure.
All right, this is getting late now. Do we do the hobbies and interests, or should we just wrap it up? And
Well, we can do that next time.
Okay, so we'll do hobbies and interests and more personal into what makes us who we are. And hopefully this has been of use to somebody. Do we say bye? Or do we just cut the thing off? Should we just have something like a little jingle at the end?
That's copyright.
That's copyright. That's the ending.